Shalom, Yasharala. This is your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHIM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHIM, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great MILLSTONE and taught us this truth and our rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So real quick, we're going to just jump into the lesson here, dealing with, basically the depression that's going on right now in Babylon, man. It's on a whole new high level, man. All right, and this is only the beginning of all these things, all right? So real quick, before we get into the lesson, take a look at this here picture on the screen. You have DJ Khaled, who I believe is, they would say that he's a so-called Arab, right? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling really what his lineage go back to, but nevertheless, this is the guy that's known for always having the little catchphrases. We the best, you know what I'm saying? Saying things like that, always got, and then he's also known for so-called motivational things and so on and so forth. Like, I guess that, he give good little motivational pep talk, whatnot, just like the down the path of we the best type of thing, that type of thinking or whatever, whatnot, But as you can see him on the picture on the left, he got his little clean cut, his beard all lined up and everything like that, and it says DJ Khaled went from we the best to we depressed, and I know this is a little joke or meme or whatever, whatnot, but hey, the picture tells 1,000 words, And as you can see him on the left, like I said, he's all, done up, got his jewelry on, nice shirt on or whatever, whatnot, looking like he's trying to do something. You could either look at it at his eyes, how his facial, how, look at his eyebrows and so on and so forth. Not how, they done up, but just the so-called look on his face. All right. Now, when you look at the picture on the right, take a look at his face, man. He looks like he's been downtrodden, beat down. He looks like he's been, not even to mention that his, his hair ain't been cut or his beard, is grown out. It just, you could look on his face, and it looks like he went through some stuff. Like maybe he went through a long divorce or a long marriage with, one of those type of wives or whatever, whatnot, or so on and so forth, But as you could tell, he's pretty much going through it, and it's not just him. It's all of these celebrities, and the celebrities are pretty much a reflection of what's really going on the lower levels. All right. So we're gonna jump into the scriptures here, but take a look at this here, these pictures, because hey, like I said, a picture says 1,000 words, So we're gonna try to make this real quick, jump to a couple scriptures. But these are the times that we're living in, man. All right, and it's only gonna get worse, with people sitting at home and everything like that, So we're gonna start out here in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. It says, "Remember now that thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, or the clouds return after their rain." And that's what we've been doing, the men of the Lord, the hopeful elect. We was seeking the Lord early, before all these bad times came, you know what I'm saying? When, everything was still good in Babylon, when DJ Khaled was still screaming, we the best, when people was out partying and clubbing, you could go out the house, Nowadays, people are realizing this, how little small things make a big difference. The fact that you can just run to the damn gas station, pick up whatever, a bag of chips, a soda or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, people are begging just to get out the house to go do that, People are making, not to say blank trips, but they just making, petty little trips just to get out the damn house. Man, I'm about to go to the store, go get some soda or something. Like, well, you got soda in the fridge. I want a different flavor soda, just to get out the house, But nevertheless, and now people are so-called sobering up in their life or whatever, whatnot. But we wind up separating from the world before all these things, in which, hey, like the scriptures say, depart, for this is not your rest. Let me grab it real quick before I pollute the scripture. This is Micah 2:10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction." All right, because basically going into the way of life here in America, we've already known this, but everybody's finding out that everything here is a facade. Just like how you looking at DJ Khaled, on that picture, and a lot of these celebrities looking the same way, man. All right, but you see them on TV, like, all right, and they all look nice and beautiful, all done up, always looking like they on point, always look like they just in perfect shape or whatever, whatnot, Whereas you have the people on a lower level that, the fans or whatever, whatnot, looking up at them, and then they're just like, oh, wow, they have the perfect life, Rihanna always looks beautiful. Beyonce always look beautiful. These rappers or whatever, whatnot, they always look like, they always fresh, man. They always look like $1,000,000, But in reality, they, and a lot of people are trying to, stressing themselves out to try to live this same life, this facade. You see it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all these things. Like all these people, there's another rapper, Yo Gotti, got a song, I don't know what the name of the song is, but he got a song where he's talking about that everybody rich, Everybody act like they got the good life. Everybody got this, but in reality, it's all fake, man. And that's really what it is. Everybody had this facade trying to keep up this so-called good life, and they was actually broke, you know. You had airline stewardess or whatever, whatnot, flying, you know, for work. They're taking pictures like they always vacationing and shit like that, you know. Whereas these real celebrities, you know, they trying to imitate this stuff. But now, as you see with the celebrities and everything like that, that's real low, like everybody else is already low, man. All right, so let's get back to that. It says, remember, Ecclesiastes 12:1, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Like we was just reading in Micah, man, this place is destroyed. You got into all these facades and these falsehoods or whatever, whatnot. Now that they're all gone, the parade and circuses, you know, you made your life centered around watching sports and things like that, going out to the clubs and club hopping and hanging out with your homegirls or your homies and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Or playing sports or whatever, whatnot. Now that all that is being cut, man, people are going crazy. They don't know how to just, you know, like, for instance, again, we had to arise and depart up out of this here place, you know, spiritually and mentally. You know, we still physically here, but we didn't really find and take no pleasures in these things of the world. Like, we also had, you know, we also gave up all these things, the pleasures of the world, you know, to come serve the Lord, making our body a living sacrifice, all right? But nevertheless, you know, so we had already been cut off from this here society and living like that. You know, we'll dibble and dabble in things here and there, but we know that, you know, all things are lawful, but not expedient. You know, it's not important for us to sit here and be watching sports, but, you know, in our pastime, if we just bored and some shit is on, ain't nothing wrong with that. But you have some people that's just like, it's a religion for them, man. All right. But now that they, you know, they've been separated from their God, more or less to say, they out here going through withdrawals, you know. Continuing on, verse 3 says, in the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble and the strong men shall bow themselves. All right, because, you know, the people that's the higher ups, you know what I'm saying, the people that's knowing what's really going on, the people that's in the stocks and so on and so forth, they know what's coming, man. That's why they selling off a lot of their stocks. And right now, if you go into these better off Edomite neighborhoods, you'll ride through them right now and you'll notice the smart ones of them already got their houses up for sale. All right, because they know they're going to only drop in value. So this is a sign of you seeing what's going on. You know, a lot of these people are also committing suicide, all right, because they've been laid off of their jobs and they see that, hey, maybe their company's not coming back and so on and so forth, man. All right, so now, all right, so this is Ecclesiastes 3:12 again. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble and the strong men shall bow themselves, all right. And again, you having a lot of these proud ass people who used to say, go and work and get theirs like how I go get mine or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be taking care of all these people. Now, these are the same people looking for handouts and stimulus packages and things like that. Basically a welfare state, you know? All these proud-ass people who were so-called talking about Jake and the low state today, and now that they unemployed, you know what I'm saying? They looking for some kind of handout or some kind of work. And it's funny that all these so-called essential jobs are basically all these low-level jobs that Jake had to take, you know, working at the gas station, working at McDonald's, working at the grocery store, working at the Walmart, and so on and so forth. But now you're really seeing that really it's Jake that make the world go around, because Jake is still the ones that's at work right now, man. We got all the low-level jobs and shit. We're not in those corporate offices and shit like that, man. And even at those kind of corporations and things like that, you have, because I know somebody that work in a situation like this who is pretty high up in the company. They're a boss, but they're not in the corporate realm. Whereas they got to still go to work and still be in the elements or whatever, whatnot. But the people with the corporate situation, they got to be forced to stay at home. You know what I'm saying? Because they're in, you know, in an AC in a corporate office, so on and so forth, you know, where they got, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you know, some Edomites still working the overseers, but mainly all Jake just out there on the battlefield, you know. It says, let me read verse 3 again. When the days of the keepers, when the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble and the strong men shall bow themselves and the grinders cease because they are few and those that look out of the window are darkened. All right. And that's them jobs going away, man. All right. Unemployment is shit. I don't even know how high up unemployment was. Last time I checked, it was either 15 or 17 million people. All right. It says, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. And you also seeing that now. You're seeing this with a lot of these musicians and comedians and actors and actresses and so on and so forth. There's a lot of them make their money on the road. You know, a lot of these rappers and R&B singers, so on and so forth. They do concerts. They have shows. These comedians, they do stand-up and whatever, whatnot. They ain't able to work. You know, they work on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know, a comedian might be booked Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's his little situation, you know. But hey, not being able to go out, you know what I'm saying? He ain't getting no money in. You know, they have a different type of lifestyle because they you know, they don't know how to manage money. So they, you know, they used to always having a paycheck coming in. So they think that, you know, everything gonna be good. For instance, a rapper may be like, oh, I'm gonna go buy this $1 million mansion, right? But they are advised not to pay for it outright, but to, you know, get a mortgage on it. Like, well, I'm making 100 bands, a weekend on my little show or whatever, whatnot, which, all right, that's some kind of money, but what happens if your shows abruptly stop? You can pay your mortgage of like $10,000-$20,000 a month, because you're always doing concert shows and buying up flashy cars, but you ain't buying them outright, but now all of a sudden the concert stopped, and now you so-called like how we are, living paycheck to paycheck. You got all this here debt, and you don't know how you're going to wind up paying it off, Let me read verse 5. Also, when they shall be afraid of which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and the desire shall fail. Hey, and that's what's going on right now. You starting to see that people are looking down upon Jake, trying to blame us for the pandemic. They looking at us because we the only ones really working right now, and they all like, yo, Jake kind of like straight right now. We on either a vacation, partying up, taking advantage of this here free money, or we still getting paid and still getting, turned up while these Edomites is walking around with their heads down, man. It says, because men goeth into his long home, and mourners go about the streets, So basically, let me read verse 6. Or ever the silver cord be loosened, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken at the fountain, or the wheel be broken at the cistern. Going into all these nice things that everybody had, now it's all breaking down, and everything is going down, like these Hyatts and stuff like that that's been laying dormant for a couple weeks. You don't have the maintenance people coming around cleaning out the fountains and trimming the trees, like a golf course. Golf courses get the grass cut every single day. They tighten that up every single morning, man. Water the grass every morning, cut the grass every day. So you go out to a golf course and the grass ain't been cut for 2-3 days, man. That golf course start getting ran through, man. All right, now this is what you start to see what happened with all these things around here, man. All right, and this is causing everybody to sit there, their environment, these Edomites living in these nice environments with a golf course in the backyard, and it's all drying up because they don't have the maintenance people coming out. They can't go to work. They stuck up in the house day in and day out. This is that depression that's growing on them, man. And you can see it in a lot of their faces, man, especially with the Daughters of Music being brought low, these entertainers, man. They seen it. They ain't going to be able to perform for a while, man. And once the economy so-called get back up and going, people ain't going to be wanting to spend money on that right off the rip, man. All right? So we're going to go from there to the book of Isaiah. I don't want to make this too long. Isaiah 32. Verse 9, it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, and give ear unto my speech. All right, this is obviously, talking about women, which I'm going to make a double point with this, because a lot of these celebrity men, these rappers and so on and so forth, they have pretty much like the, not the countenance, but like a spirit of these damn women, where they got to, they got to have matching outfits or whatever, whatnot, and some kind of name brand, high expensive luxury brand shoes with a bag, with a belt to go with it, so on and so forth. They all shopping at these designer luxury designer clothing stores or whatever, whatnot, but now they always getting their edge ups, always getting all this shit done, but now their hair always getting dyed and so on and so forth. But now it's all being brought down low, man. Not just them, but these women, these women who used to going out getting this fake do up every week, nails done, hair done, all that stuff, color, wigs, weave, and all that. Now they having all these things growing out, man. You know what I'm saying? And now they look at us and be like, oh, y'all need to clean yourself up or whatever, whatnot, man. But hey, man, the most I've been prepping us to be comfortable with this way of life way before this, man. Not giving a care about, not to say not caring about our appearance, but as far as not getting edges and growing out our beards and things like that, that's killing people like DJ Khaled, man, and these rappers and stuff like that. They gotta have that fresh edge, the Rick Rosses and so on and so forth, And then, hell, if our hair turned gray or whatever, whatnot, we're not trying to dye it to make ourselves look youthful and everything like that, man. All right, but same going on with these here women. So let's read this again. It says, Isaiah 32:9, rise up, ye women that are at ease, and hear my voice, ye careless daughters, and give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. All right, they ain't able to get these checks like they was getting before. These women in the system, you know what I'm saying, is collecting from the system, and also these celebrities and stuff like that that basically got that same ass spirit as these women. It says, tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, and for the fruitful vine. So look, prime example, that picture of DJ Khaled at the very beginning, that's basically going into them being made bare and putting on sackcloth, man. All right, looking like I said, he looked like he didn't been through a whole lot, you know what I'm saying, in that picture, man. Why? Because basically they're not able to make go out and go get no work, man. All right, so they look kind of like in the same state that we in, living paycheck to paycheck, more or less to say. All right. This is Matthew 24 and verse 10. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. And which this is getting into there right now, because you're starting to see a lot of people, especially these women who've been walking around so-called fine and having everything and so on and so forth. The ones that would make statements like, oh, I don't need no broke nigga. There was a woman not too long ago was like, oh, I can't have no man that got a regular 9 to 5. You got to be able to make fast money, have this big money, you know, be able to go drop 10, 20 bands on a bitch real quick, you know, that type of stuff. But now they're being brought down low. You know, you're hearing a lot of these women. I seen a video the other day about this woman. She was crying. She was like, it's not fair. I'm now forced to work a minimum wage job. She can't fuck around with her sugar daddies no more because they ain't paying her. She said, and she can't be a stripper because she don't got no upper body strength and she can't twerk, right? And so she's like bawling, crying because she's seeing that, hey, man, the vintage is failing, man. All right, so now after she go through this so-called, you know, a sorrow or whatever, whatnot, she's going to go into a retaliation mode. Like she's going to start blaming and lashing out on everybody else, you know. Somebody doing better than her, she's going to lash out at them. It's your fault that I'm like this. It's your fault. It's your fault. You know, and a lot of people are going to start doing this. This is what these other nations are doing to us right now, man. I especially seeing Jake still working, smiling or whatever, whatnot. They're going to be like, oh, it's your fault. You took our jobs or whatever. Like, well, you didn't want to be the trash man. You was over there in your office in the corporate building making your 6 figures. But now all of a sudden they shut y'all down and we still so-called needed essential workers. You're really seeing who's really needed and who's not being needed, man. We never needed y'all to begin with. Y'all was just getting paid for sitting on your ass, man. All right. I'm going to jump down to verse 12. It says, because the iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And like I was just saying, man, people are already on edge, man. They, you know, these people who had to live in their comfort, these women being able to go out and just go live lavish or whatever, whatnot for so long. Now they actually having to do some actual work. They can't just lay down and so-called look pretty. All right, all these women are you know what I'm saying? If they don't know how to so-called take care of themselves, you know what I'm saying? They just out here busted, man. It's like a man who don't know how to work on his own car, change his own oil and change his tires or whatever, whatnot. If all of that stuff went away, you know what I'm saying? And then everybody's out here, you know what I'm saying? You're not used to that, man. Only people oils, change brakes, and so on and so forth with their cars, you know. You quickly get to see which kind of men, you know, you might be driving a nice-ass Benz, but then now you need an oil change, don't know how to change the oil. You got a flat tire, don't know how to change the tires, so now your car's just sitting there getting old, raggedy, and rusted, man. All right? Well, let me read this all the way down. Verse 12. And because the iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And a lot of these people are really just committing suicide, man, because they can't take this, and this is only the beginning. All right? Verse 21, for there shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh saved, but for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. Now, let's talk about just the depression and stuff like that, man. A lot of these people, especially these celebrities and so on and so forth, man, and that's like a mirror, a reflection of what's really going on the lower level, man. All this debt and all these people trying to ball and live in this facade of a life, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got the new Maybach, I got the new Bentley, and now they having to get all these things repossessed. And, you know, just imagine you hearing these your big rappers like Lil Wayne or Birdman, these cash money millionaires now getting evicted and having to go live in an apartment, you know, a 2-bedroom apartment, a low-income apartment, man. You know what I'm saying? What do you think that would do to their so-called self-esteem, man? All right. So, hey, man, hey, a lot of people going to really get taken a hold of by this here depression, man. All right. Verse 37, but as the days of Noah were, so also shall the coming of the Son of Man be. For in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark. And that's what society was like, you know what I'm saying, maybe about a month ago, man. Everybody was partying it up, living it up. People used to cuss us out, tell us to go out, go get a drink, go get a woman, go get a job, go do all these things. Like everything else was more important than serving the Lord, you know. But now that the Lord took all those things away from them, they all are being driven mad, man. They're all going crazy right now, all right? Let me jump down a little more. This is verse 45. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord has made ruler over his household, and give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find doing so. All right, so hey, we was out here working, man. We was believing on the Lord before all these things came, man. Before the evil days started coming. All right. It says, verily I say unto you, he that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, like everybody else was, they was living their best life, you know, he shall begin to smite his fellow servants to eat and drink and drink with the drunken, you know. So basically, like these celebrities like DJ Khaled, we the best, get on our level. They all, you know, trying to live their best life. We have these people following them on Facebook and Instagram and trying to follow up that so-called lifestyle, you know, instead of trying to, you know, serve the Lord and be a man of the Lord and be a prophet. You know, these people are trying to serve their own belly, all right, and they're trying to be famous and they're trying to get this attention, this so-called clout, you know, like that song, Do Anything for Clout, you know. It says the Lord of that servant shall come in the day when he looketh not for him, in the hour that he is not aware of. And that's what happened right now, man. The Lord crept upon them like a thief in the night and took all their comfort away from them. And now they out here lost like a chicken with their heads cut off. They don't know what to do, man. All right? This is just the same thing as the teacher walking in the classroom and saying, pop quiz. You should have been studying, you know. You should have been reading over the chapters throughout the week and the month. But now there's a pop quiz, and now you just like, oh, shit, what do I do? What do I do? You don't even have time to make a cheat sheet, you know. Verse 51, and shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites, and there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Hey, just like a lot of these celebrities that was big timers, we the best, living their best life, so on and so forth. Now they looking like hypocrites, man. I thought, how the hell y'all ain't got long money, man? You know, there's regular ass Jake that's out here living and still living, and everything is all good for them right now. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really took a loss yet, or took a hurting yet, or seeing this yet. But a lot of these celebrities are already seeing it, man. Why they looking all like that, man? All right, I'm out, you know, I go out and about and see, you know, people on my day to day while I'm at work and everything like that. I don't see these people looking as bad as these folks over here, man. All right, but everything's being pampered unto them. But then, lo and behold, all their luxuries in life and everything like that is being taken away from them. The bread and circuses, so like all these things are being brought low, and people are losing their minds. They don't know what to do, man. All right, I'm gonna bring out one more. We're gonna close out this Isaiah 65. Behold, my servants shall eat, but you shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but you shall be thirsty. All right, and right now, like I said, who's really the main ones working, the essential ones working, you know? Mainly is Jake, you know, but overall over that, you know, the men of the Lord, all right, we all are taken care of right now, man. All right, we're not really worried about none of these things at this point in time. It says, my servants shall rejoice, but you shall be ashamed. And that's where we at right now, man. We straight, we rejoicing, and we celebrating the downfall of this here place, while everybody else is like DJ Khaled went from we the best to we depressed. You know, we was like, yo, we vexed. We was vexed, but now we were rejoicing. All right. It says, verse 14, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but you shall cry for sorrow of heart and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And that's exactly what's going on right now, man. All right. But nevertheless, and you shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord YAHAWAH shall slay thee and call his servant by another name. And so all these people that were so-called living it up and in heaven and so on and so forth, you know, now they're being brought down low, and then soon the men of the Lord are going to be fully exalted in the sight of all these people, man. All right, but what? The men of the Lord have to keep their faith. We have to endure all the way into the end. The same is going to be saved, man. All right, you know, so, you know, things, you know, we ain't out the fire yet. You know, we still going to catch some hell or whatever, whatnot, but we used to that, man. All right, but we now starting to see that the Lord is taking that cup up out of our hand and putting it into their hands, man. All right, so, hey, keep the faith and stay strong throughout this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? We almost out of here, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and close out by saying, call halal Yahawah, BaHaShem, YAHAWASHI, BaHaShem, RakaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you. I can pushing this truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say stay strong. Shalom.